Hello. Welcome everyone to this new offering, this weekly Priestess transmission. And my plan is that this is being simulcast both on YouTube and Facebook. And I was doing the weekly Instagram lives, but my soul really guided me to change the platform a bit and move into this space. So I would love to know who's here. You can share in the comment feed. This is the first time I do it simultaneously, so it'll be interesting to see how that shows up here. But welcome everyone. If you're new to my work, my name is Lisa Espinosa, and I'm a modern day priestess and spiritual career coach. And these weekly offerings are really little tidbits, meditations, activations from my forthcoming book, Priestess Rise Up. And so as I'm finishing it, my intention is that the manuscript will be complete by the end of July. And so I'm really in the final stages of it. And I know, hello, Destiny. Some of you have been with me since the beginning, hearing the whole process of writing this book, all of the hello, loved and blessed. Hello, Diane. The process of saying yes, right? Of saying yes to birthing this, all the fears that came up, that still come up, and yet how important this path of the priestess is. So, what I want to talk about today is the word priestess, and to really lead a meditation, a short meditation on what that word brings up for you. And in my book, I've shared this before, I write that it's not important that you use that word. You don't have to call yourself a priestess. For you, the word might be different. Hello, Roxana. Maybe it's light worker or shaman or medicine woman or earth angel or even wellness professional or healer, whatever it is. At the same time, it is important to release any burdens or trauma or wounding that there might be in your body, in your energy field, in your DNA, even connected to the path of the priestess. So priestesses have been around for many, 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 many years, hundreds and thousands of years. And in this lifetime, there is a reawakening of that priestess medicine. And for me specifically, this path is about unconditional love, about channeling unconditional love to yourself and to the world. Because unconditional love is really the medicine that's going to heal our planet. And it's a medicine that comes from our divinity. The ego does not understand unconditional love, and that's okay. That's how it was created. But we are not, yes, we have an ego, but we're much more than that. And so for me, the calling that I answered, that I said yes to, was to be a vessel of unconditional love for myself and for others. There's a lot of misunderstanding and baggage about what that means. And throughout these weekly transmissions, I'm going to really unpack that, really remove all of the burdens, all of the outdated beliefs, all of the programming that has been put on what the priestess path is, so that you can reclaim what it is for you, whether you use the word priestess or not. So Destiny wrote obligation. So I don't know if you meant like it brings up that feeling for you, or that, that word for you. But when we go within, when we step into the meditation space with your soul, with your inner priestess, with the beautiful ascended masters that are here to support this path, you will receive whatever healing, transmission, activation you're meant to receive. There is so much planetary alignment that is happening right now, right? We had the full moon, we have the Jupiter-Neptune conjunction, we have a partial solar eclipse coming. There's so much planetary alignment, and we can ride that wave. Easter just passed. We can ride that wave to really use April, right? It ends with the partial solar eclipse, to really use this month to do like this kind of like big like release, right? Of like, okay, I don't want to take this baggage or this burden or this with me as I step into May and the rest of this year. Yes, so Destiny's saying I need to get rid of obligation to others and the past, knowing that they are no longer mine to carry. Absolutely. And so let's open up the space with a beautiful circle of grace and empowerment. So I invite you, whether you're here live or you're here listening to the replay, to close your eyes, take some cleansing breaths, and visualize those roots of light going down your legs and out the bottoms of your feet. And as that happens and your roots connect with Mother Earth, what is happening is we're activating your priestess lineage. Whether you think of it as past lives where you were a priestess, whether you think of it as ancestors in your lineage who were priestesses, it's not important right now to get caught up in the details. That's a way that our ego distracts us. But know that as your roots go into the earth, we are setting the intention of connecting with your priestess lineage. And when I talk about your priestess lineage, I mean that lineage that is of the light of unconditional love, that is free from the burdens and the programming and the trauma and the wounding that many of us have experienced in other lifetimes. And so as that happens, as your roots go deep into the earth and you welcome your priestess medicine, and maybe you are fully open and you're like, yes, I welcome it. Or maybe you're tentative. Maybe you have still some fears, and that's okay. Wherever you are is perfect. Know that your soul is in charge here. And so then letting that energy move up the bottoms of your feet, up your legs, up your back, all the way up to the crown of your head. Landing in your heart, I invite you to visualize a circle of golden light that surrounds you. And this is the golden light of unconditional love, of grace, of discernment, of miracles. So that your soul is the gatekeeper. Your soul knows what you are here to receive and what you are here to release. That's not me. I'm not the one deciding that. Your soul knows. And then I call upon a golden magenta light to encircle our whole group, everyone here live, everyone who will ever listen to this replay. And to really bless, because this is the first transmission, bless this weekly offering for as long as I am guided to lead it, that it lead to miracles and healing across space and time. And so let's begin again with that curiosity of the word priestess. What does that word bring up for you? Does it feel comfortable? Does it feel exciting? Does it feel embarrassing? Does it bring up anxiety? Are you curious? Perhaps you feel a little bit of all of those. And, feel free to share in the chat. Whatever you feel, whatever feelings come up is fine. But we are going to welcome beautiful Ascended Master, and I'm wearing her pendant, beautiful Ascended Master Isis and beautiful Ascended Master Mother Mary, to declutter your emotional field, your mental field, your physical field, your spiritual field from any programming, anything unnecessary that can block your ability to really receive your priestess medicine. whether you use that word or not, that is not the point here. I'm not trying to convince you to use the word priestess. It is about unburdening, releasing the baggage, and releasing any oaths or vows that you've ever taken, consciously or unconsciously, to not step fully into your power as a priestess. So I'm seeing, it feels like a feminine leader equals medicine woman. Love that, Destiny. It feels good. It feels right. Love that, Diane. You know, when I first heard the word priestess, not the first time I ever heard it, but the first time I heard it as a calling, it felt good and it felt right. And then it also felt very frightening because I was worried that I was going to have to talk about it in public, which I was. So I had both of those. My given lineage from past lives. Yes. And so the reason for me writing this book, the reason for me having these weekly transmissions is that there is a need for the priestess medicine. There is a need. You know, some of you know my book, the working title before was Birthing the Priestess Within. Now it has evolved to Priestess Rise Up. So there is a calling for all of us who are part of this priestess revolution to rise up, not to take arms and be violent, but to rise up and shine our light and be these grounded beacons of light when there is so much chaos and confusion and breakdowns unfolding around us. Oh, Loved and Blessed is saying, when I first heard it, I was against it because the religion I was raised in and society is not very accepting. However, a few months ago, I felt a pull towards it. Beautiful. I love that. And thank you for sharing that. And I feel like organized religion has really created so much conditioning and programming and fear, because priestesses were feared by the male religious organizations. And please, this isn't about bashing men or anything like that. I know that men are part of this movement as well. However, patriarchy, the wounded patriarchy, has absolutely had a long campaign of destroying the priestess medicine, of either dismissing it as crazy or illogical, or worse, saying it was evil, all sorts of things that were placed because they were afraid of the power, right? The power of the priestess medicine. And the power of the priestess medicine, the true power, is that of unconditional love. It awakens the truth that everyone is divine. So this isn't about, oh, I'm a priestess, you're not, I'm better. No, this is that we are ambassadors of the divine, that we, with our presence, perhaps with your teachings, with however you're being called to lead, your presence awakens others. And it doesn't require you, what am I trying to say? Convincing anyone or judging somebody's choices. That's not what this is about. There will be people who are ready to receive your medicine, who are for you. Yes, Destiny, absolutely. That this isn't from a place of ego, but from a place of truth and heart and power, right? Those of you who did the Mother Mary journey with me, which if you didn't, it is free. You can go back and watch all of it in order, read the little synopsis, choose one, whatever. But one of them was about power, was about healing our relationship with our power. And that's so much a part of this. So it is my delight and joy to have these weekly transmissions where we can have this conversation, where we can awaken together, where we can rise up together, where we can pull up, like radiate an alarm clock to the world so that all the other priestesses that are feeling the call and maybe are too scared or maybe have just don't have the support system yet, so that they hear this, right? They hear the call first through the heart waves. Maybe they find this YouTube video or some other way their soul will know, so that we can all rise up together, because doing it together is how it's meant to be. right? It's no longer a lifetime where it's like the the Messiah, the one person. It is a co-creative journey. And so as we go into this journey, I talk a lot about the Ascended Masters. And the Ascended Masters, just for those of you who are not aware, they are masters, right? They lived human lives. They went through many of the same initiations you've gone through. They had a heroic human journey. And because of their commitment, their devotion to following their soul's guidance, to creating their legacy of love, they ascended. They dropped their ego. They ascended, and we're familiar with some of them: Mother Mary, Jesus, Kuan Yin, Mary Magdalene. Of course, some of them, like Jesus and Mother Mary, have all this religion wrapped up around it that has made it sometimes hard for us to really connect with them as the master mentors that they are. And so when I bring up any ascended master from any lineage, it is without the dogma or the religion attached to it. It is that these masters are here guiding our journey. They have nothing but unconditional love and respect for you. And just to say for some of you that you might be being called to really mentor closely with the ascended masters, not to put them up on a pedestal. I mean, we can if we want to, but that's not what makes them happy, right? They're here to support you in creating your legacy of love. And, at the end of this, I'll talk about the Sophia Circle journey that I'll be starting next month. That is all about that. Like, how do you release all of the baggage, the programming, the conditioning, and step into a sovereign, loving relationship with these ascended masters, and most importantly, with your higher self. So that is what we're gonna do right now. So I invite all of you to get comfortable and start taking some nice breaths. Close your eyes if you're comfortable with that. And as you close your eyes, I invite you to settle into your heart. And maybe you bring the palms of your hands over your heart as I'm doing. Because I shared a lot and your mind might be, kind of thinking about that, but bring it back to your heart. And invite your beautiful soul, your beautiful inner soulful priestess to come forward. So see in front of you this priestess that is within you. Maybe she looks just like you. Maybe it's just a light, a color, a tree, whatever, however this inner priestess shows up for you. And we invite Mother Mary, who is a high priestess. We invite Isis, who's also such a powerful priestess in her lifetime. Mary Magdalene. These divine feminine masters, they are surrounding you as you connect with your inner priestess in front of you. They're forming this triangle around you of love and compassion and protection. And as you hear the word priestess, 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 notice if there's any burdens, any trauma, any wounding that is being released. Just be open. Just have that prayer. I am willing to release any burdens, any baggage around the word priestess, around the path of the priestess. And see how your inner priestess, she's sending you blessings. And Mother Mary and Mary Magdalene and Isis, they are radiating their love as these old burdens and baggage and programming and conditioning that has ever made you feel that the priestess path was wrong or crazy or evil, any of that, all of that is getting dissolved. And as that happens, also feeling Green Tara coming in with her mantra of liberation, Om Tare Tutare Ture Soha. Om Tare Tutare Ture Soha. Om Tare Tutare Ture Soha. As this gets dissolved, you might be aware of things leaving your body. You might not. It's perfect. Whatever, however it unfolds. And notice now one of these ascended masters, Mother Mary or Mary Magdalene or Isis or Green Tara, or perhaps another one that shows up for you, steps closer to you now. And in front of you, she stands, your inner priestess standing behind you. She's got your back. And this beautiful divine feminine ascended master in front of you is blessing you. She is blessing you with the word priestess, without the dogma, the baggage. It's almost like the word priestess is written in light. And she's just blessing you, blessing you. Receive that blessing. Know that your soul is in charge of how you will receive it. If there's any other message from the Ascended Masters or from your inner priestess, receive it now. It's okay if you don't hear the details. Maybe you just feel something landing in your heart. With great gratitude, thank these Ascended Masters. Thank your inner priestess and see how they thank you. They are thanking you for your courage. And with that, we bring the palms of our hands together. We bow to each other in our own heart. And we close that inner journey with a namaste. And so if there's anything that you want to share in the chat about that experience, if there was something that you felt leaving, being released, if there was something you heard in the blessing, if there was something that your inner priestess showed you, or there was a way she appeared to you, feel free to share it. It can be very powerful for us to witness for each other what comes up. What I heard right at the end was, it's time. It was like, it's time for the priestesses to rise up. And it was like, ooh, yeah, like it's time. Right? Many of us have been waiting for lifetimes. We had to stay hiding. We had to pretend we were something we were not. And that is not what this lifetime is about. So Destiny saying, oh, thank you. Yes, it felt right to extend the Sophia Circle deadline. Let me just finish that thought. If you are interested in exploring more about the Sophia Circle Journeys, you can go to my website. This is myname.net, lisaespinosa.net, all S's. And under offerings, it's listed there. And you can schedule a free 20-minute consultation to talk about it if it's something that you're interested in pursuing. So Destiny's saying, oh, here, love and blessed. That was beautiful and very uplifting. I'm so glad. Thank you for sharing that. Destiny, the priestesses were around me. I felt them on all four sides placing a crown on my head. I love that, Destiny. I felt that too. I felt like there was some sort of headdress coming on our crowns. Oh, I love that, Diane. Yes, it's time for us to come together. Absolutely. So I'm just going to pull a card for the whole group. This is from the Priestess of Light Oracle. And so I'm just going to pull a card, a group card. I don't have time to do single cards for everyone. But please know that the universe, the divine, knows what everyone needs to hear. So whether you're here live or listening to the replay, trust that there's a message for you. And this is Priestesses of the Light Oracle by Sandra Ann Taylor. So let's see what the message is. Okay, that was like 10 cards. Let's do this again because there's no time. Let's see. 1, what's the most important message? Wow, they really want to talk a lot. I'm not looking at them. It's just like 10 keep coming up. Okay. Beautiful. So it's number 11. I love the number 11. Opening heart, deep connections, water blessings. Look at this beautiful, gorgeous priestess. Deep connections and water blessings. So notice how her hand is on her heart. Notice the water there. And the key words, opening heart. So this is a message from your inner priestess. Part of what's happening here is your wise, powerful heart is opening. And water blessing, that's so Kuan Yin, right? In the Sophia Circle Journey, every time we meet, we do a water blessing. And remember, you are mostly water inside. So you follow your own guidance on how to bless the water you drink, bless the water in your cells, go close to bodies of water today or in the next few days if you have that capacity to do that. Connect with the healing energy of water. So thank you, everyone. So the next week will be on Thursday at 12, I believe. You can sign up for my newsletter and you'll know. I don't, because of my schedule, I don't have a set date yet that I can say every Wednesday at 12 because of my schedule. So we're just going to, for now, take it week by week. And then I'm hoping in May that I'll be able to really tie it down to okay, this is the time. And so I hope to see you next week, next Thursday for our next offering. And remember, next Wednesday is the Mother Mary Masterclass. She is a high priestess. She is interested in activating your leadership. And she is here to get rid of all the stuff that isn't real and true. Right? So if you want to do that, join me. That's registration's already open. So I just want to read. You're welcome, Destiny. Yes, thank you to Mother Mary, Isis Green, Tara. Yes, and Mary Magdalene. So much love. Bye, everyone. See you soon.